By chance, a woman discovered that she was being put for sale on a live stream, presented as a miniature piglet priced at 1 million euros. Even worse, the transaction location shown was exactly the parking lot of the hotel where she was currently staying. The only person who knew her location was her husband. Immediately, she began to suspect that he wanted to sell her. When her husband suggested going out for a late-night snack, she refused at once, saying it was too late to go out. To send him away and check the truth about the live stream, she deliberately asked him to go buy food and bring it back. After hesitating for a moment, the man agreed to leave. As soon as the door closed, the woman reconnected to the live stream. In the chat, someone announced they had already arrived at the parking lot and were simply waiting to inspect the merchandise. Terrified, she could only wait nervously to find out whether the so-called piglet was really her. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. She trembled with fear. Only after hearing the voice of her best friend did she dare to open it. She told her everything she had seen in the live stream, but her friend burst into laughter. According to her, the pregnancy had probably caused hormonal imbalance and prenatal anxiety. She insisted that her husband loved her deeply and would never try to sell her. It all had to be just a coincidence. After her friend left, the woman returned to the live stream to see whether the delivery had happened. To her surprise, the buyer said they had not received merchandise because the piglet refused to come out, so the delivery was postponed until the next day. The scheduled meeting time matched exactly the time when her husband always left the room. Her suspicions grew stronger. Then the buyer mentioned that the piglet had a small red mark under its eye. The woman instantly realized the truth. The one being sold was her. At that moment, her husband returned with the food. As soon as she opened the package, she was hit by a violent wave of nausea and vomited on the spot. The man's expression suddenly became strange. In a cold voice, he said she had to eat everything to become nice and fat. The next second, the woman woke up with a start. She had simply fallen asleep while waiting for her husband. It had all been a nightmare. Yet she couldn't believe it was just a coincidence. She secretly went to hide at her best friend's place. The next morning, her husband called. When he learned she was at her friend's home, he said an emergency forced him to leave and that he had already booked a plane ticket, asking her to return immediately. She hurriedly refused, but he hung up before she finished speaking. Soon after, she noticed that her friend had mysteriously disappeared. At the same time, the live stream started again. The host announced that the delivery location had changed. This time the transaction would take place in an apartment whose address matched exactly her friend's home. The woman then began to suspect that her husband and her best friend were working together. While she was overwhelmed with fear, someone suddenly knocked on the door. Her heart pounding, she approached and looked through the people. 3 large men were standing outside, shouting that they had come to collect the merchandise. She was about to scream when suddenly her husband appeared behind her and covered her mouth with one